hope you're well. I'm glad you're joining me for this tutorial on why use processing as an intermediate program and also on how to install processing. So previously we talked about the need for having some type of intermediate program that was going to grab information from the serial port that the Arduino is sending to the computer and then take that information and send it to some type of API on a web application that we're interested in. So the intermediate program that I've chosen to use is processing. Now the reason I've chosen processing is twofold. The first reason is that it's got a very familiar feel to what the Arduino IDE has. So, you know, the integrated development environment that we create sketches in with the Arduino, processing looks almost the exact same. So hey, that's a bonus. It looks and feels the same. Now that happens to be because Arduino, the people who designed that, based it on the IDE that processing was. So there's a great correlation there. So that's helpful. The next reason I chose it was because there is a relatively sizable user group that messes around with processing and also messes around with Arduino. So when you have questions, you can get on the web, you can search around, and generally speaking, you can find some answers for questions you might have. So those are the two big reasons. Another good reason, so I guess maybe this is a trifold reason, is it's completely free, it's open source, which is great. It doesn't hurt to support it, but hey, just letting you know. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about now you know about why we chose it. Now let's go ahead and download it. So you go to www.processing.org, and right on the front page they've got download processing. So we click on that link and it takes us to a page where we can donate. Now I have donated to processing before. I've also bought books before that when you buy the book they will donate part of the book to processing. But so in this case I'm going to select no donation. If you feel so inclined, feel free to donate, and then click the download link. And then all you have to do is choose your operating system. I'm running Mac, but if you're running Windows or Linux, it's going to run and install just fine, and they keep processing very up to date. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on this link. It's going to initiate a download. Again, it really doesn't matter where you want to save the program. I just going to save it in my downloads file here. So it's going to download as a zip file, and it's kind of big, might take a couple minutes to download. So once processing is finished downloading, it's going to be a zip file again, so we can go ahead and unzip the file, and it's going to create a folder wherever you downloaded it, or it's going to create a file. And then for Mac users, all you need to do is drag that folder to your applications folder and you'll be up and running. And if you are a PC user, which I know many of you are, I also am at times, all you have to do is take that processing icon. You can either put it in your applications folder or you can really put it wherever you want on your hard drive. So that's it. It's really that simple, not too many crazy things going on. So if you double click the icon, it's going to open up processing, and here we are in a sketch. So they call processing programs sketches too, just like an Arduino. And you'll notice the IDE looks very similar. Now they've got some cool you know, like skin things up here, and but you know, a lot of the buttons look the same. And so what we're going to do is just kind of talk through this real quick. Again, our job is not to master processing at all, but you do kind of want to be familiar with how it works. So up at the top, you know, you've got file menus just like the Arduino. You know, file, you've got sketchbook where you've got different programs in there. It's going to list your recent programs. There's examples. So this is kind of interesting. You know how we work through the Arduino examples? Well, processing has the same thing. You click on those examples and it opens up a little window, and here are all types of examples in here. And actually the next tutorial will be working in one of these examples. Okay, so you know, you can save your sketches, just all that normal stuff you would expect. Again, look at this help tab. Ooh, reference. Reference happens to be my favorite page on the processing website. It's really handy. Okay, so this button, that play button, is called Run, and that runs your sketch for you. This stops the sketch. You can make a new sketch, open a new sketch, you can save it, and then you can export the application. Really not too worried about, we just need to know how to run it, basically. And if we make any changes, we'll obviously want to save it. Okay, so the sketch name is just the date. Same deal with Arduino. You got to name the sketch without any spaces or kind of funky, crazy characters. You can add new tabs if you want. We're not going to be messing with that. And down at the bottom is where error messages will show up, descriptions of them, and the highlighted error message shows up here. And then this number says what line of code you're on. So if I make a couple spaces down here, you can see that number changes. So that's pretty much it. Now you'll notice there's this little Java up here. You have to have an updated version of Java on your computer, and processing will prompt you if you keep running, if you're trying to run programs and your Java is not set up correctly, so it'll do that for you. So hey, that's really it. That's it. So we've downloaded the processing, we've installed it, and there's really no preferences in here we need to set unless, let's see, preferences are right here. This might be important to know. Basically, the location of your sketchbook where all these programs, that's going to be here. You can change that if you want by browsing. I like to increase the font size, so I have mine set at 14. The rest of these are pretty good to go, though. We don't really need to mess with them. So okay, that's our introduction. Again, if you have any questions about how the install works, there might be something particular to your machine, just go to that processing website and it'll walk you right through the setup. So hey, that's it. Thank you so much for listening. I cannot wait to see you at the next tutorial.